Welcome to the Deadly Addictions channel.
Hello everybody. I don't know if this is working. I'm going to take a guess it is. It is 11/14/2020. I thought I would do a live stream. I was going to test out a game on my phone. I have a program that lets it mirror to the TV or monitor, the computer. But it looks like it's a big drawer on things. So I'm not sure exactly what I'll do. But I'm here, bullshitting. Hope everybody's doing good. The video game's pretty good, but it's something I play once in a while. Star Trek Fleet Command. Just something to, keep your mind occupied on things. Or off certain things, actually. So maybe I'll actually try to do it. Let's see what happens. So what I would have to do is use the phone to mirror to my TV or monitor. And then put it into a window on my OBS and see if it takes up a lot of the bandwidth, because it's a Wi-Fi thing and I'm using Wi-Fi. I'm also doing a test in bad weather. I've been trying to see how long my Netgear router device needs to be rebooted, because the first time I did my test, I did a live kind of political thing for the elections. I had to keep resetting my Netgear stick. And then when I went live again the next day, it happened even more. So I'm wondering if it was the extender and the hub it was connected to. So now the device is connected straight into the computer. We'll see what happens. But for now, I'll just talk and bullshit. I think I could put the a little title up, I think. I don't know if it's going to work, but who cares? It's just a test. So live, 11/14/2020. And I was going to try the Star Trek Fleet Command. Like I said, when I did the test a little earlier, it showed I wasn't giving a good signal to the stream key or whatever the fuck it is. So my YouTube stream would be buffered. So I tried to look around at settings, see what could happen if I use it at this level. It took me a little while, so it's fucking late now. And I try to do these streams, or even my recorded ones, when time permits, so it gets a little, a little hectic here and there. And I had a friend telling me they might come over. It was getting a little back and forth, and I have no solid information on that. And it is Saturday, so I could see people coming over late. So this might end abruptly. I guess I'll just play it by ear. I'm going to type into the chat. Okay. Checking out the delay and everything. I guess I'll do a little recap on what's been going on. The weather's been a little shitty here. It's been like a while, with a couple little breaks in the bad weather, a little bit of sunshine here and there, but I don't really mind. The election shit is still going on, so we got that. I did a second podcast on it, a part 2, and I was just trying to be objective and say, okay, there might be a couple of legitimate things, but for now, I still think that Biden's going to win. I don't think any court cases are going to break anything and reveal or even prevent Biden from becoming president. So that's my little political update. Things are going okay. My company folded in all this mess, so I had to transition to a new job. Luckily, one of the restaurants I provide some help for through the company, we had several restaurants that would deliver kosher food. They've been helping me out, so that's okay in that part. Everybody's healthy. There's that. And there's a couple of things on my agenda. I've been playing role-playing games online. I've been using the Roll20 website, mostly focusing on the superhero stuff because it was easier to get new players in. The old players are familiar with the Marvel Saga system I use. But the Dungeons and Dragons aspect of it, I started The Witcher and have one friend playing. Another friend's going to make a character sheet to join, so I'll have two people. The premise is the same, the site lets you have a map and put your tokens on, which is like little people, or put a chair and a table. I guess you could look at it like a map builder. You could have things like Fog of War, which lets only if you give them a vision distance, that's all they could see, and as they move, it's revealed. I did a podcast on that too. It was another live one. I was just messing around. I was showing the site. So there's that. I guess if people wanted to look, my own writing, it's a little hard, tough for me, but I'm still trying to dedicate a little time every now and then to my second book, a couple of the scripts that I'm working on, the ideas for ancillary things like trading card game, comic books, just the creative things I do to keep my mind occupied as I write out to flesh out my world I created. And some of my ideas for scripts are actually not related. There's ideas for the paranormal, um, themes of ghost hunters type thing, where they go search for ghosts. And the story is basically a revelation that there's an alien life form existing in another dimension. There's a comedy, coming of age script I've been playing with. So there's that. But I got a little pissed off because I used Celltex online, but because of my hiatus, like I disappeared for like 5 years. After my novel came out, everything is online subscription now. So it's frustrating. There's too much involved in Adobe Photoshop and Celltex and things that I was using that I'm not ready for, prepared for. So I'm not going to be subscribing to like 5 different things. I fished around for a couple of things that I'm using just to let me put it into the computer. But I tend to like write with a pencil on paper, binder, let's say, or even if I carry notebooks, or I'll transfer it. Once I get it down, I usually don't stop until I'm finished, so I don't go back and correct things as I'm going, just to get the whole idea out. Anyway, just a little bit of method to my madness. Getting a little bit was thinking about picking up my guitar, which is like one of the last challenges I have. So that's been something I'm leading up to. Might sound stupid, but it's just something that, as I was getting better and coming out of my, time of troubles or whatever, it's always been it's one of the last things I've been avoiding, but not totally. Well, been working towards it, to pick up the guitar again and get into the emotions or the connections it's going to bring with past and everything. So there's a little nutshell of what's going on. It's about 9:58 p.m. 11/14/2020. I'm doing a test stream. Going through bad weather, and I thought I'd do some of these tests because when I'm gonna jump on real quick in good weather, I'm not worried about the strong Wi-Fi connection. This was bad weather. I might try to mirror my game to the computer, the monitor, and I'll try that. But I wanted to get this out of the way in case it fucking just bogs everything down. Not much else is happening, I think, if I wanted to sum up a little bit more. So yeah, guitar is the last thing I just talked about. Gonna try to get back into it. Maybe even try to make a couple of tracks. That'd be interesting. I haven't made music in so long. Not that anybody's interested, but okay. What else has been going on? What is a drama? I'm not a fucking drama channel. What have I been into? I think my YouTube trends are Mauler doing the in-depth analysis. He has a bunch of Unbridled series, and he does multi-part game review type analysis, and he goes real deep into it, tries to be objective when he can. So that's really what my trend has been. I finished Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. finally, so I'll be doing a podcast on that. I really loved it. There are lots of problems with it, but as a send-off, I think my joy of it outweighs any critical analysis of, could I be convinced that it's a bad season in several areas? Maybe. I guess anybody could convince me in that if they bring a good enough argument, but my joy of it's not going to go away. Just a little bit of critique I did have goes back almost to the beginning. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. started off bumpy for me. It was a show I was a little confused by. If anybody can guess, listening to any of my stuff, I'm a fanboy in a way. Love superhero comic books, doesn't matter which brand. Obviously, I'm role playing comic book adventures online. I played the other day with a friend and sent Jason Voorhees after her. It was Friday the 13th, and before she went to bed, we wanted to play a little bit. So I threw Jason at her. It was funny. It's a. I don't know if it's my story to tell. I think the site I can get working now that I have the repeater thing, but as I'm also covering as I begin this God knows how long podcast, I don't think I'm going to go too long, that my Netgear stick was having to be rebooted. And I'm wondering if it was an extension hub type thing, so I was trying to get it closer to the Wi-Fi source, that type thing. Right now, everything's been looking good. The stream health has been excellent. It's always been okay tolerating my dumb voice. Oh no, some of the other ones I did when the weather was bad really fucked up everything. I could see, the color status. But right now, excellent connection. Now, because of the way the program or the app, whatever they want to call it, the program works, you open it up, you go to your phone, you hit mirror. I'm not sure. I'm going to guess that this is particularly for Apple, but I think there might be other versions you can get. So technically, I swipe up, or some people swipe down. My fucking iPhone is ancient, and there's all your little command center stuff. You could use a flashlight, things like that. And there's a mirror this device button. Once I do that, it's going to stream to my device by Wi-Fi, which is what I'm obviously using for this stream. So in my 2 tests I did right before I got on, that was an issue. I'll see where this goes. But nothing on the news, or, we had Veterans Day, so a salute to all the veterans. I might have problems and arguments to bring to lots of the political arenas around the military. But if you're a veteran, you served, hats off, I salute you. Hope you're doing well, and hope some administration gives you what you fucking deserve. Get all the benefits and shit that you've been denied. I find it amazing that, whatever money you pour in, everybody should have this insane armor, and just too many stories of that bullshit. Like people putting their own funds in to get stuff, body armor for their Jeeps, and so on and so forth. So there's a little insight into that. I don't think there's much Oh, there's a couple of issues with the Senate, I believe, maybe with votes that won't be tallied or I don't know, something about a race that there's still things up for grabs on how they work out the seats and stuff like that. I'm looking on my feed. So now cocaine is legal in Oregon, but straws aren't. That must be frustrating. It's like people being trying to be witty, but when you analyze it, it just means nothing. I'm guessing here that this meme, I don't even know if it's a meme, it's just lettering against a black background. What does it mean? Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm gonna connect straws aren't legal because of environmental stuff, climate change. Unless I'm missing something in the news or some article. It's that plastic and the paper from all the straws is somehow got the fucking left up in the panties up in a bunch and they're going bananas. That's just what I'm equating that to. But cocaine is legal in Oregon, but straws aren't. That must be frustrating. I mean, for who? For who is it frustrating for? I mean, I'm not do a deep dive, but if I look into it, what am I gonna find? That Oregon has got the data that their straws and their plastic are killing a certain amount of birds and something in the landfill or whatever data they have and information is to be equated with cocaine is now legal because they want to try legalizing drugs, which several doctors and ones who specialize in addiction have been saying. I think it could work out. Make fucking pot legal everywhere, first of all. Get it off that stupid list. We know it's a bullshit fucking con. But I guess haha funny. Some nice artwork. There's a tattoo guy. Technological. I got all my science things that pop up on my feed. Love them. Happy birthday, Brooklyn. Not the borough I live in. I have a friend whose daughter is named Brooklyn. Happy birthday. Okay. Just scrolling to my feed. Looking to see if anything popped up. Well, this will be my Facebook, and then I'll go to Twitter real quick. So I got a feeling once I start this app thing, it's gonna fucking destroy everything. So I might as well just get out the bullshit now. But there a reason why fucking people are on here anyway? If there's anybody, I think there's like a one listener maybe, or is that even me? I don't know. Hello. So I'd be more into gaming, but I got such a shitty phone that I can't run good games on it. Same issue with my desktop. I'm like running off Windows 7 on the laptop and I don't know what the fuck this is, a mini tower thing. So my my test have showed me I can't play games higher than like 2014. And what's the point of like streaming those games? I mean, I guess I could do like a nostalgia thing and Transformers game, things like that. I just want to do this to stress the connection. Bad day, bad weather. Alright, so everybody seems to be quiet. Oh, Joe's Decay. Sometimes I gotta fucking hide him for fucking 30 days. it gets ridiculous. Hmm. Oh, this is a person. I don't like that. Just nonsense shit. Batman is seriously becoming one of DC's worst superheroes. Oh, they're ruining Batman? Say it ain't so. Nah, I can't talk. I stopped collecting comics a long time ago. I guess it's long now, right? 2000, put anywhere between 2009 and 2011, 12. But they don't give a fuck. I mean, maybe Marvel, Disney will just buy DC Comics or whatever. Not that I think that's a good thing. I don't believe. I like, lots of people owning different things, different ideas, even if it doesn't conform. Sometimes it's good to pick up an indie comic. And what I used to be, I like Valiant was cool. It was several titles. Anyway, I watched a Superman vs Hulk animated fan thing. It was pretty good, but it ends with them both hitting the ground. I think I've seen this in the past, and it goes further. But this is obviously a Christopher Reeve Superman, and I think it's the Lou Ferrigno Hulk from the show. It's done really nice. It looks great. But if it was an all-out thing, Superman would have destroyed him. Superman keeps trying to fucking bring him into the atmosphere after like pummeling him so much that it doesn't do nothing. I mean, he flies into him, hits him, uses his speed, but nowhere near what Superman should be. So, I guess if you're gonna go Superman movies, whatever. Okay, it was entertaining. It was entertaining. It was fun. But you want to set up the parameters. Tell me this is what is gonna happen. Or like these are the rules. Superman's going all out. It's you're using the highest feats he's ever had. No, I'm sorry. I don't think Hulk lasts long. Twitter's always a beautiful mess to look at. I've said this on other podcasts, but for me, Facebook is more personal. It's family stuff. Yeah, you see people, nieces and nephews, and growing up, and their sons and daughters, and then you get the occasional bullshit arguments, especially around the holidays or political stuff. But Twitter is kind of where I think it steps up to a certain extent. There's too much fucking garbage everywhere. But what are you gonna do? NASA. It takes a while to like get used to everything, so you clean up your feed. Like on Facebook, I have people I want to see first. I think that's the option. On Twitter, well, I hide people who create walls, and I don't do it at first. I do it when it starts to annoy me. So if I'm going through my Twitter feed, I want to check things out, and I gotta keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I tend to give it a pass, and depending on circumstances, if you're an author, if it's a movie you're promoting, depending on who I'm following, I'd even like it or retweet it, fine. But it's the consistent ones, and so it happens. It's rare, but you know what are you gonna do? So you get your feed the way you want it, and then interesting people are on your feed for the most part. I guess you could like follow every idiot you hate too, just to you know catch them at zinger, or what's the word these days? Dunk on them or something. Not hard for Trump, sad to say. Always something stupid coming out of his mouth. Mm-hmm. Moon rocks. All right. That's funny. Roll 20. Twitch. Yeah, I'm gonna think about Twitch. It seems to be something that takes a lot of CPU, like, because I'm just trying to take baby steps, doing these little tests here and there, blabbing, talking. Meanwhile, I'm really just going back and see where the buffers are. I know I had several the other week, and when I did my other two. But Twitch is something on my radar. I am a lover of games. I just wish I had a computer that had could handle the performance. But I'm taking stages with the job transition, catch up on things, and then maybe put an effort to. Well, I guess my priority would be legit internet connection. So that's what did I see? I think maybe 40. Let's just say $49 a month, where you got the box and everything, which I'm not doing right now, which would help me commit to live streams in a more productive way, I guess. But right now, I'm not at any stage to put cameras on, do high production, green screens. I mean, that'll come eventually, I guess. So it might just be, a better computer. What can it handle? And then I could take the steps of doing higher quality recorded stuff and take it from there in that sense. But the way I recovered from my times of trouble and stuff, I have disciplines and times where I meditate and focus, and times where I know I could turn that mic on and just go live, or even scripted stuff. But it's a little different. Let's say the urge between jumping on when I have a chance, then double checking something I wrote for a podcast idea. All right, well, just went through my Facebook feed a little bit, checking everything out, my Twitter feed. My goal here was to just get on in bad weather, see how it works out, see how it buffers, trying to keep a consistent voice quality and careful with the mic and staying the distance, and how my voice gets a little louder and lower. And eventually I'm going to try to mirror the game and just see, just talk over it. I'll mute it, but just to see what a drag it is on the computer. So it might even be easier to play a low end game that's fully downloaded on the computer rather than Wi-Fi transferring it, taking up the bandwidth. So we'll see. Oh, would have been. How do you find out how long you're going so far? Oh, okay. I see. 30 minutes, 25 seconds. It's 11/14/2020, Saturday evening. The weather's kind of crappy here and there. You haven't seen too many bright sunny days. Been warm though here and there. Like even though it's like rain, you're surprised how hot it is. I guess blame global warming or climate change and cow farts and stuff like that. Yeah, so nothing catches my eye going through the feeds. Sometimes I find an article I just want to read and I'll just read it. So to me, too much church shit like in the UK. Another report came in from some independent group, that they're still not doing enough. I also read something about these breed of dogs that they are telling people not to buy anymore. And I'm not saying they're telling people like, crazy left wing, right wing shit. It's just a consensus building from vets and doctors or whatever the fuck you call them. And these certain breeds of dog with the weird noses, faces squished in, they're saying that it's messing with the genes and the skulls or some bullshit. Makes me I feel bad, but stop breeding fucking deformed dogs, I guess. Oh no! Petition for LeVar Burton to be the next host of Jeopardy. I don't know. Alex Trebek. I guess the standard rest in peace. I don't know. Jeopardy. LeVar Burton. And he is Geordi from Star Trek. In the old, I don't know what he did, like Sesame Street stuff and Roots, maybe. Some whatever shit. I can see it, but. What about it was that guy that he took over almost everything. Well, not everything, but chubby, blonde hair, glasses, Cleveland Rocks. He had a TV show, Drew Carey or something like that. Get him to do it. Make a fucking comedy out of it. Although I did love Louis Anderson on Family Feud. Great impressions of him. Yeah, I agree to some atheist shit. Yeah, so mostly it's agreeable unless people are being pricks. I don't know. Trump's been sounding a little crazy, but there's nothing new on that, right? I mean, you're gonna point out how he's still going with the fake election, rigged, illegal. I think the lawsuits are nothing. Well, I did make a point on my podcast that there were a couple of things I would grant that could be investigated legitimately, and I don't think they would come to a major scandal. Matter of fact, on my last podcast, I think I summed it up with when I looked, it looked like the Republicans or the GOP, is that what the fuck they call it, are responsible for more purges of votes than there is any indication of fraud, of the counting and all that stuff. Now, this digital shit, sure, right? They did some digital stuff that's being looked into or was looked into. And I think the Department of Justice has said, we're not really seeing much, and who the fuck knows? We'll see what happens. I doubt. I had this talk with my friend. He thinks he's staying in there. They're gonna have to come drag him out. I doubt it. I doubt it. Oh, that's a funny meme. I like this poster and this person and his goals, but sometimes he posts some conspiracy nonsense. Yeah. If anyone could think of a good reason for a country to have a 738 billion military budget and no health care, I'd love to hear it. I like that. I could think of good reasons, several, but they would be hypotheticals for situations that could be happening. All right, but I get it. Right now, like, are we spending that much money? It's a crime. It is a crime. I get it. So I agree in that sense. And there's a discussion that's in the comments about universal health care and that type of shit. Enough. There's no arguments that override the common sense and the legitimacy of give everybody Medicare. Don't tie people's healthcare underemployment. You know, we have a rich enough country. And it's not going to be free, despite what all the propaganda says. But what the fuck do I know? I'm an idiot from Brooklyn. Alrighty. What's this? I guess this is a federal. Well, it's a trend that just popped up. Federal judge invalidates DACA suspension, saying acting DHS head Chad Wolf unlawfully appointed. I see things like that, and I don't know about doing it live, but I'd go in, check out 3 links or so, see where the information leads, and if it's pure opinion. Because they did a leak thing with, what was it? It's still being brought up. against Trump. Damn it! It was proof or evidence that Putin was paying for bounties on American soldiers, and it was a great headline. It made Democrats or lefty nuts heads explode. And I'm sure there are common sense, decent people in a way who are, at least, uh, I don't know, entertaining the thought that that's true. Fine, I get it. But when you look at the language and you look into it, there's like, it's all hearsay bullshit. Maybe something happened that I didn't notice, but it just came to me. I don't know what this is going to be. All right, so this is a further blurb of it. A federal judge in New York City ruled that Chad Wolf's suspension of protection for DACA recipients is invalid because he did not have the authority to issue it. Judge Nicholas Garofis also certified a class of immigrants who are or could be eligible for DACA under its 2012 guidelines. I think this has to do with Trump trying to fuck with the Affordable Care Act, right? Some shit. He's always trying to shit on something Obama did. But I'd rather call out Obama for the bullshit he pulled, the real shit, not, And he did cave in and get this stupid, shitty fucking healthcare. But anyway, this is just, who knows? They'll fight these things for fucking years in court. Fuck knows. No one's gonna pay a price. There's gonna be no retribution, no justice in that sense. I don't fucking believe it. So, fuck them, I guess. I don't know. I usually do 3 videos a week or 3 uploads a week. I put a lot of stuff into what I call the bank or the editing bay first, and it's just if I find opportunities where I know I got 10 to 40 minutes or an hour, I'll quickly jot down my idea, get on the mic, turn it on, that type of thing. So I've been pretty steady with 3 things a week, and it varies. It was mostly Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, but I've been alternating that because I've been doing so many tests with the internet, trying to see if my connections are good. And having no internet, a storm came. I think I took pictures. I put it on Facebook. A tree fell and fell on the fucking power lines and people's lines and on my car. Luckily, the brunt of it was stuck in a tree or stuck on another tree's cable power lines. And only the tip of the tree, which bent over and broke, was slammed on my car. But no major dents. A little bit of, moving, a little bit of work. I was able to pull the car out. So we'll see. All right. Let's try switching to, what do I have? I think I have a game overlay, right? Yeah. I guess this will be boring for people, but I'm playing around with the OBS. Alright, so what if I just do this and then I hit fade? That'll work, right? Alright, I'm guessing I just transitioned from one thing to another. And there'll be a delay of some sort, but we'll see if it works. I wonder if it's always worth it to have the channel on a different tab, and I'm trying to be just minimalistic, not checking most stuff because I'm trying to get used to it to a certain extent, work on instinct, just hitting the button, go live. make sure the OBS is streaming. I am looking into other things, but this has been something I'm most familiar with, so I'm going to go with it. I wonder what the difference is in when you pick these settings. There's latency options. I guess you can choose. I could have chose when I started. What did they actually say again? Like these settings allow, um, if you don't want to interact and do anything, you get higher quality. And it's just a way of determining what you want to do with your stream. If you want up to date chats and you're talking to people in your chat, you might want to, you know. All right. So I see it went over. It looks like the stream is showing a somewhat of a game overlay type thing where you have the game in the middle in that big section. I could put the like currently playing. I'll put the game. For now, this is all a test, but live chat. The people who are in the game are on that little top box to the right. I've used this a couple of times, but I don't use it enough. I mean, depending on what I'm doing. But I would use this when I play the role-playing games online. All right, well, it says excellent condition. Stream health looks okay. Stream is healthy. Alrighty. Alright, so let's see how I end this stream. If I end it abruptly, if something goes crazy, this is the ending. So, love you all. Happy Veterans Day. Stay healthy. That's maybe where I'll just edit it if things go horribly wrong. But we'll see. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Alright, what do I got here? I got a game. Alright, I gotta hit the game on the phone. Still trying to get better with filters and stuff. Like, your noise gate. Am I gonna hear my breathing and my. I think sometimes it comes over drinking a lot of, coffee or tea from my throat. Become aware of it becomes fucking annoying. Alright, so that's that. I'm looking at. Alright, this is where it's gonna start. So far, everything excellent. Alright, I found it. So I'm guessing because of the delay, I'll see a error message if it repeats as it did the last time. And I'll try to see what happens. I'll stop the mirroring that. I'll try to continue in that sense. I wonder if I can get this to work. Again, this might be the end of the stream. I'll put the title thing on. I'll fade that. Hopefully that'll be on the screen, just where it says currently playing. Alrighty. Now if the window's lined up and you got the right layer, thingy going, so it's behind stuff. It's not that really complicated once you get to know everything. You do it a couple of times, you get used to it, it becomes easier. You remember things quicker. Alright. So I will be... I gotta hit the button, make sure everything's working. I'm just curious about the stream health check first. See if that works. Alright, stream looks healthy, and I believe the currently playing is filled in. Star Trek Fleet Command. I don't even know if I fucking spelled it right, but who gives a fuck? Alright, so now is the big moment. The big moment. Alright. See what happens. You know, most people, they would kind of describe what they're doing in the game. I was in the middle of repairing a ship and collecting some stuff. I try to play the games that I could not commit too much. I started my own alliance. I wouldn't be bothered by being active, and there were a couple of games I played that my phone could handle. I did do the guild type thing. It was pretty fun. But if I don't have a good feeling about my connection and having issues, I just don't. So there's two games I run around with right now. It's Star Trek Fleet Command and The Walking Dead No Man's Land, I think it is. I did like Marvel Future Fight, but they are fucking around. I think there's actually a boycott, but my phone can't handle it. And Transformers, I try to get things I like, give them a try. Those other ones I can't get into, like Raid and things like that, they just don't do it for me. Alright, so I'm going to speed up this repairing. Yeah, you gotta collect all these fucking things. Pain in the ass. And if you don't have a fucking shield on your base, because that's my base, defense platforms, the more you build up and upgrade stuff, it'll, get more defenses. Alright, so I have almost 3 hours left on my peace shield. They fuck up my base, man. They take all your money. Right now, I'm only allowed to have 3 ships docked. There's one that's locked. I think I can get it in a couple of levels. So you can have more ships out, do things. Alright, now what can I do? There's a mission, right? I guess there's a... I think I was following a mission thing. Get bonuses. Like there's a discovery mission type event. Alright, so... The way this game works is you get an event that runs all month usually. And it allows you day by day to pick up resources and certain bonuses. I described this game in a way though that it can be pay to play. So I hesitate on super recommending the game. But I don't mind in a way, just grinding and just getting the feel of Star Trek. So I set up a destination for my ship. There's an icon that shows where you have to go. Then there's a time. Now the discovery ship they put in the game, you can warp really quick because it has the fucking spore drive, which I think is fucking stupid looking in the show. I hope it gets destroyed and never used again. But for the phone game or the game, it's a new element they're putting in. And if you get to a certain level, you could summon ships with you or be like a beacon. So if you have like a mining ship, which you have to send out your ships to mine, You can warp there, jump there real quick with the Discovery, and then instead of your ship getting there in 7 minutes and 6 minutes, which are great for me because I just smoke a bowl, get a drink. So that's what this is. This will be like a 3 minute drive. Now you could follow it if I went to the galaxy map. Ooh, poor. All right, I noticed it. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Okay, so at this point, I'll make a note. What is it, 53 minutes? Or 50 minutes or so. I started the game. The status looked okay, but there is always a buffer, a delay in what I'm streaming, going to these, get to know OBS and stuff like that. But it is a poor stream health status. So, just in case, like I said, I'll test this. I'll go back and listen to it. Thank you everybody if anybody's joining in. I'm sorry it's not the amazing content, but I'm taking baby steps, just trying to do the best I can. Traveling to a system in, I believe, the Romulan space, where there's an icon where I have mission objectives. So that's what I'm doing. It's telling me to wait. The ship has to take time to travel. I hope this is coming through okay. I know there's an error coming up, but I explained this before I started this. One thing to make a note of is the Netgear stick has not had to have been rebooted yet. That's a good indication. I'd like to stream for hours and hours just to confirm that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that tonight. So I'm zooming into the area. This is all delayed, obviously, on the screen, probably between what I'm doing and even what's going to my monitor. Then you finish the missions, you get to the objective points. You go through some dialogue. The story's okay. I enjoy it. They introduced the Discovery theme, and they plan to do the Next Generation, I believe Voyager, DS9. So that's something to look forward to. Oh, this has Khan from the fucking new Star Trek stuff. Uh-oh. Someone's coming to attack. Oh yeah, you get reputation, and I'm not good with the Romulans, so they're sending in a fighter to kill me, and I think he can kill me. And by the way, he destroys your ship, you have to pay a repair cost. So it happens, but you lose a little bit of your power score, but that comes back once you regenerate, things like that. Alright, so I'm aware that people might be receiving buffering, and I apologize. I'm just doing a test. I'm monitoring the stream health. I did about 40 minutes of just blabbing, turning on the mic, saying hello. Thank you to the veterans. Oh, we have another how to destroy a ship. And part of the event is doing these missions and getting greater rewards and special rewards. And there's a time frame on one that kind of pissed me off because they introduce a new mining material. First off, mining in the game sucks already. Depending on what faction you pick and what you do, you have to mine like 20,000 fucking ingots, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And it becomes tedious when everybody's got all the mining rocks. All of them. Takes you 10, 15 minutes going through every system, traveling there only for someone to take it from you. So multiply that by 1,000. There are people there with their own ships backed up waiting. It might be 3 to 5 days for this event, and I have not gotten all the stuff from it, which is rare. Even though I don't pay in the game, I usually could, I grind enough to get shit done. Yeah, there's Latinum. There's like, all types of things. All right, so I'm going to move away, see if I completed the mission or my next phase. I'm checking status. I thought it said collect. Okay, yeah, so I can collect my rewards for this. All right, I got a message. So I'm going to probably end it here, see how it goes. Check out everything. So thank you for joining me. This was a test. I wanted to blab a little bit and then show a little bit of the game, and I want to check to see where the error message comes up that the stream is poor, because I know I'm mirroring my device for this game through Wi-Fi, and that's where I'm getting most of my stuff. So I'm going to stop the mirroring, but I'll continue to talk a little bit. Again, thank you if you were watching, waiting for some amazing content, but I try here and there. Check out my playlist. So this is a little boring, but necessary for me. Learning stuff. Alright, so now I put that, I could take this out. Alright, so some stuff might be on the screen still, it might be the app. I'm not sure. I'm gonna message my friend back. So I want to transition through this, and I want to see if by stopping that, the streaming through Wi-Fi or the mirroring through Wi-Fi, will it adapt on the stream and go back to an excellent stream health? We'll see. But the game should be going through what I did. So I'm trying to take it in stages. I know there's massive delays, and especially when you pick your latency settings in the stream settings. I'm not sure what did I pick, by the way. I mean, it was picked for me low latency. There's normal latency, ultra low latency. I can play with this the next time. It's like saying, you know what? Yeah, I'd rather sacrifice some quality to get some better stream. So my audio is better. All right, so it looks like it went back to excellent. All right, so we know it's that. Let's see if I switch to my first screen. So I'll end on it. Let's see if I can do that if I'm not an idiot. All right, so I'll go to my normal podcasting recording type image, which says live 11/14/2020. See if that goes over pretty quick. So again, this is just really for me to go into the to go back through it, check it, see what's going on. I think streaming or mirroring this game or phone games to my computer messes with the internet service too much. Too much of the bandwidth is taken. Alright. Checking the stream again. Okay. Excellent stream condition. It's back to my default type thing I had on. I'm doing the test. I'll see how it is. I don't know. I got a feeling that I could maybe work with it depending on me doing a little research on these latency settings. It's not letting me hover the mouse over, right? That's fucking course not. I think it has a description, like, or maybe when you start it. Okay, maybe when you go to start it, it gives you the options of what it is and shit like that. Let me stop this app. I'm still dealing with, low end system, low end gear, low end everything. All right. I'll just blab for a little bit, I guess. I'm trying to communicate by text on my phone. I think there's enough information here for me to play around. I wish I could wish I would have had a successful stream where I didn't see that error, but I kind of knew it was going to go up. I felt it. But now I'll see how it transitions from before putting the app on, setting it up, and maybe even rebooting the computer, keeping things minimum. I think I edited a podcast. I don't know if I restarted, but things like that help. Yep, that's me not focusing on anything, getting text through. I don't know, I communicated early. I don't know, we were talking, what time was it? I can't even fucking tell with these phones, Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. So this was around 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York. Hello, how you been? That type thing. Very polite. If you need something, if I come over, what do you need? No, I'm okay. Nothing. Do you have food already? I have food to cook if I get hungry. If you want something, we can order, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so it was close to 7:30 when I said, I need to know for sure what you are doing. I have a podcast to record or go live streaming. Call me when you know for sure. Then at 7:15, that might have been like close to 5 o'clock. Then at 7:30, I said, "What's the plan?" And then I fucking got no response. And then 10:45. Sorry, I don't know. I'm too settled in. It's 10:55. I miss seeing my friends, but there's certain ways I do things, and I'm live streaming. I'd like to see this test go longer, even though I fucking annoy people. It's not the best quality. Maybe I'll see if they would guess and I planned it. That would be cool. Like, hey, you want to come over and talk about something? What movie did you see? What do you think about the president? I get it. I could probably pull that off, but I don't know. What is it? I'm bringing some. I'm coming with someone. No, you're not. Oh God, people don't understand. Nope. I guess you gotta know me. I'm assuming these people know me. So, what happened the other day? I was like in my underwear, laying down. I don't know. It wasn't that late. 11 o'clock. But I had done some editing and was meditating, kind of drifting off, and the bell rang, banging on the door, and I think he had a fucking jacket pulled up over his head. Like I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Anyway, I'm not the surprise the guy, ring his bell, come over, say hi. I need time to prepare, to fucking focus, and I don't blame anybody. I love everybody. All right, so we are live. It is 10:55 p.m., 11/14/2020, Brooklyn, New York. I'm Addiction Master. This is the Deadly Addictions channel. And I thought I'd come on live, ramble a little bit, not really make much sense. Try streaming a game from my phone, which was a failure, I guess. I guess I could look back and it's not that bad. It was like I said about the late. Maybe it holds enough in a buffer that when it streams or plays back, it'll be. I guess I'd have to have people waiting live. Okay, I guess I could do that. Like say, let a friend know I'm doing it this time. Give me live feedback. Yeah, damn, I should have done that. I didn't check to see. Damn it. Oh, maybe I could have got somebody. I'll try to remember the next time. I did that in the beginning when I did my test, but I don't like bothering people. I just feel like, although if anybody listens and you want to role play online, you want to maybe talk about, doing a call in, talking about a show idea, you can let me know. And if you're a friend on Facebook or YouTube, whatever. All right, so I'm opening up, not that I'm showing it, but I'm opening up Windows on my Google Chrome. Trying to see the limit, like if anything's going to bog it down more. I have Facebook, Twitter, and now the third YouTube tab. So what am I? Okay, so I'm looking at a live. All right, so I'm gonna hit the live thing. Oh shit! No, I gotta mute it. Oh man, did I mute that other one? Oh fuck. Sometimes if I don't mute the right buttons and close the channels, it makes an echo. Yeah, I learned that. Alright, so the stream looks like it's live. Even if I'm considering a delay, the stream health looks good. Excellent connection. There's no errors, although it is documented that other one. Stream is healthy. Okay. Hello. So weird to think that idiot can get on YouTube and someone could search live in its filter, be halfway across the world, and listen to me ramble like an idiot. This is what happens when you don't plan out anything, you don't script something. And my advice would always be, if you got an idea, you're passionate about it, do what you can. So I don't mind putting out lots of surface thoughts videos with just a, mostly subjective type feeling from the movie or TV show. But there have been several, the meditation ones and a couple other ones here and there, where it takes time to script things, go over it. Although I don't know if I see myself doing like 8-hour scripted stuff. But who knows if things change. Okay, what else do we got here? Oh, I guess I should. See, I go learning. Fucking mute this fucking thing. So let's say I want to prepare my outro. So to try to keep them segmented, and that's how I make some of my editing easier. So when I hit my record, when I'm doing my podcast, I'll let it go for like say a minute and 20 seconds. That lets me put in the cut intro. I don't know if anybody heard that start. It lets me put the cut portion of the intro right before. Then I edit it to where I say hello. And then at the end, I do the same thing. I put the outro. And where I say goodbye, put it close, cut it in general terms. But if I listen to the whole thing, I might make edits here and there. And it helps me go back and I haven't messed with the filters too much in OBS, but I want to get a little better handle on the noise gate, breaths, turning the mic on and off. I think I got it enough where like low level fans and stuff. Well, there's also not a noise gate, it's a noise reduction sort of. But noise gate is when the mic will turn on and off with audio signal and depending on its strength. All right, let's see. I don't know. I don't know if it's worked. All right, so oh shit! Wait a second. All right, so I got like 8 windows open on Chrome, and I think it went to pour. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, interesting. So I guess bad weather, overcast, cloudy, rain, windy, preparing for winter to come. These are the hurdles I'd have to face. I do have an outdoor Wi-Fi repeater, which is not really set up yet, but it's in location that I'm testing, which is still part of this. I wonder if the quality can get. I wonder if that same error would come up if I was just opening programs. Like, would the CPU usage create that, or is it definitely a bandwidth thing? I guess I could do a test. Maybe if it. That would be something I'd be interested in knowing. Like, is it minimum windows? Because I was just going with YouTube videos, and that is like drawing on the buffer. I'm guessing, although YouTube doesn't do that much no more. Like back in the day, things used to buffer till it was finished. It seems like, or maybe it's just what I'm noticing now. It seems that things don't buffer as much, even when you're watching streaming services. So it only buffers a little bit and stops. But I guess that could be enough to cause the error, the stream status to go poor. So I'm actually taking a little time closing them. Seeing what, if anything, changes. Sure does drain a lot of the phone battery. I guess I could move the plug over. I unplugged it and just had it in front of me so I could look down with the same distance from the mic when I was looking at the game. I think the high-end, real professional quality stuff is people using emulators on a good computer. So they're not really playing the phone game, although I've seen people do the phone game on or streamed, and they must have at least decent stuff because it looks good. It looks real good. And I'm guessing it also would not impact a recording, so I could see not going live, but maybe doing a video. I don't know. I'm just gonna title it a make believe Star Trek Fleet Command Mission Alpha 1, and I would record that, show it on the screen, and then just upload it. See, that's an idea that could be done. If I'm just trying to, think outside the box, come at it from different angles. I'm also trying to monitor the numbers coming in when you're looking at your stream or you're looking at your router connection. So I'm trying to also correlate that. I see the megabytes per second going down, because I also have to deal with the fact that if any service goes down, you're going down, right? So even if you have optimum Wi-Fi in your house, you have everything set up, something happens at optimum Wi-Fi, I mean, these are going to be issues. And especially that I'm on Wi-Fi, that could be a less rare thing. But because of my, familiarity with all this, that's what happens. It gets rainy, it gets really bad out, storms come, and I will also would have an indicator, like when I had things set up differently, my phone would go off, or my connection, my adapter would go off, the Netgear stick. But I'd be like, oh shit, but I'm still on the phone. And if it kept getting worse, 15 minutes, 20 minutes later, the phone would lose Wi-Fi. It kind of got reversed because I had the extension for the Netgear stick, so I was able to put it out the window. And then the phone would go out first, and then the computer. But ever since I've had the router, I've had no major issues at all. Although rebooting the Netgear stick was my main concern, besides this one, just trying to see if it's going to stream. But me going live, talking, I don't think it's going to be an issue. I don't think people calling in will be an issue. Like if I had a friend come on, we're going to talk about something. I've done a couple of tests just recording it, but not streaming it. So I guess, yeah, I have to do some of those tests. Again, I did them in the beginning here and there. But like I said, now I have this Wi-Fi adapter or repeater. I'm trying to see how much it impacts everything. And I guess it also matters if I'm streaming a game. So even if it says poor and I'm just talking, will it keep the audio crisp and clear, no buffering, and it's prioritizing that over the video? So normally I have a picture and it says the date, the Smoking Monk is sitting there, the Dilly Dixon channel, and the pipe is billowing smoke. So that's a GIF I have of smoke in the background. So I'm guessing by the latency settings, I could choose it where it would sacrifice that on purpose for me, meaning it might blur the image or not give you great resolution, but it'll push through the audio. And I think you could set it up the other way where you could have it more lean towards the quality of video. Oh, there you go. Went down to excellent. So like I can mark down 5 tabs are open right now. I mean, if I wanted to see if that was the issue, I could correlate the data, but I don't know. I guess I could be mistaken because you got to be careful with these things for the most part. All right, so the numbers on the router look the same, but I'm going to watch them a little bit. This is riveting content, top shelf. What everybody's been waiting for. Me, moments of silence and checking everything. I'm going to smoke a ball, I guess. If you hear me moving around on the fucking couch. I have 2 major setups. One is in my living room where the mics are on these arms, on these tables, fastened to them, clamped on, and they reach over in comfortable positions in a couch. Because when we started doing trailer reactions and going into testing and commentaries, sitting in those shitty chairs in my kitchen was not working. So I have in the kitchen, I don't know, a 42-inch TV as a monitor, plus like two little monitors. And what I would do is take my laptop in there, leaving the tower in here, and I would use that as like a office, like I'm going to work. I don't do that much these days because of the way my setup is with the neck gear. Maybe it'll change because I have the Wi-Fi repeater. So, but the kitchen is where I was going to progress with putting up a green screen behind me, you know, that type thing. Although I don't have a camera yet and all that stuff. All right, I'm checking the numbers. It looks like I can push the limit or clog up the bandwidth by having too many things opened up. Now I don't see these type of issues on really good sunny days, and because I recognize the numbers. So let's say I'm making up a number like 82 megabytes per second. Windy, it's raining, overcast clouds. There's been no sun for days. Then in a sunny day, it's up to 200, or I know, making a number up, but you know, and nothing buffers. Like you watching streaming, everything's flawless. You kind of get the feelings for that. So that's another reason why I'm doing this. It's 11:10 p.m., 11:14, 2020. Hello, hope everybody's having a good weekend. Had a happy Veterans Day. Salute to all you veterans. What did I say before? Oh, happy birthday, Brooklyn. Old friend who passed away kind of recently, his birthday. I see it's still on here. John Evento, I miss you. You're a good guy. Oh, they have these. You can see the translations. All right, so at least like Facebook is open still. I mean, everything contributes. I'll give it that. Like, there's gonna be everything contributing to draining my bandwidth and stuff. So I could progress to nothing out necessary. So I won't look for things to read on my feed. Like when I do my recordings and such, I don't need anything open. Um, except when I'm doing the science articles, I have some bookmark pages, and I open them up, and then I'll pop them open here and there if I need links to things. Yeah, so, but not as a normal thing. So like nothing's running, you know, nothing that you're opening yourself, and I go right to OBS and then record. So I could alleviate things by just not opening stuff, putting the game stream on. I could do a recording on my own. So I'll play around with it. I'm really just blabbering so I could test out this Netgear stick because it went bananas. I had to do it, reboot it like 5 or 6 times, and it was annoying. Fucked up the live stream. This at least that hasn't have to be rebooted, but I did notice the stream error, so I wonder how to compare. I didn't try to do stream game last time. Although now that I think about it, I could start thinking about when I'm talking about Trump and stuff, or I'm doing something political. So let's say I'm going through my Facebook feed, something interests me. Link leads to a link. I got to be careful, right? So what I'll try to pay attention to now is when I'm doing live stuff, close things I don't need, and well, that's common sense, right? Jesus Christ. And be careful when I'm in the flow of things and just riffing, and I'm like, oh shit, what's this? New planet is closest to us, and I start reading it. I'm opening that up, and then I want to verify that. So I want to see where it leads to. If there's an abstract or peer reviewed, you know, okay, maybe those are some things that have been adding to it. But this should be the third podcast with my Wi-Fi repeater and really bad weather. Well, I say really bad, but it isn't snowing, hail, that shit. But that's coming. Oh, you know what? I don't know. I got the Ford Explorer, and since I've had it, there's been like no snow on the ground. I don't know, that's a year at least, right? In last winter. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I was just responding, looking at my phone. Had to smoke, take a drink, cough. Stream looks good. Stream health is excellent. 5 Chrome windows are open, and do I have anything sneaking around? Oh, I have the audio clip ready to go for the outro. It's just a small little program. I just hit play, and then the outro music will play. What else? Do I have anything else? No, just that. Alright. Gotta be careful with this. I gotta pay attention. So I tend to do lots of things stoned. Nothing wrong with that. Legalize it everywhere. Enough with the bullshit. Alright, so since I'm here, maybe I'll end up by doing the same thing. I'll go through my... Alright. Sure. Oh, you know what? I haven't typed this in a while, so I'll type something in the chat like, hi. I'm focusing on stream health, so I'm not checking to see if people are watching. And if you are, I apologize. This is just me rambling and doing a test, streaming my fucking game, which seems like a failure now looking back, but I'll check the stream and see what happens when it renders and does its own thing online. That's another thing I noticed. I have a mistake from my first political podcast. I don't know what happened, but I had a problem at the end and I cut it because you have the editor. I cut the end off and it made there's two versions of my live podcast, part one, political something, the recent ones. And then I did my other one, part two at work, but someone who was watching the stream sent me a message like, oh, this is a long stream as a joke. I checked it, it was a 4-second video. It took my 4-second video clip that I clipped out or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm getting used to this. And then I got to look into other ones. Oh, man. Steam, Discord, how I stream from there. Oh, boy. I see the overlays people use, so I know they're there. Where you can go to Steam, and it kind of like plugins that cater to you. And, you know, do your Twitch buttons and your Twitch stuff and your, you know. Alrighty. It is 11:18 or 11:19 p.m. 11:14/2020. I'm getting kind of hungry. Friend hasn't responded. It's getting late. And I don't mean late for a Saturday. Like, if we were hanging out since 8 o'clock, you know, we're role playing or playing Dungeons and Dragons, I'm fucking down till 5, 6 in the morning. I'll play 24 hours. But when I'm in the routine and I'm in my pajamas and I'm gonna throw on my mic and act like an idiot live for people, well, I need a little planning. Give me time to think and work things out. That's just the way I am these days, I guess. Obviously, there are certain people who are welcome all the time, anytime. I don't care. I'm not worried about the house being cleaned or anything like that. Oh, nothing stunning, nothing grabs my attention. Although I didn't check the stream, but I'll go back as I'm just keeping these 5 things open, but refreshing them, checking the feeds, seeing what the Twitter trends are, things like that. I'm not into Instagram, although to support a friend, I got it and just check out what's going on. So I don't have much feedback, and I had an issue because I uploaded like a picture, it recropped it in a weird way, and I was like, okay, I made it smaller, checked the dimensions online, everything was bullshit. It just got me fucking super annoyed, and I was like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck, because I was gonna make it part of the routine, right? Let's say I'm doing recording, upload it to Facebook, share it to upload it to YouTube, share it to Facebook, share it to Twitter, put it on my Discord. Then I was gonna put an Instagram post. Hey, podcast is out, whatever the fuck, part of the routine. Nope, don't work for me. Apparently it's a phone thing, and my phone thing is fucked up. So I tried to use it on the computer desktop, and that's not working too well. So we'll see. Let's see, Bill Maher is in the eye. I don't know if was it trending or was Joe Rogan tweeted him? I don't know what his slant is. Should I play it or I'm gonna try to play this and see what happens.
And finally, new rule with seats in Georgia still possible. Seats that will make the difference between gridlock and progress. Democrats must figure out why so many voters still say to them, you're good enough, you're smart enough, but doggone it, we don't like you.
I don't know if that's worthy of applause, but okay. Joe Rogan's comment is brilliant and dead on.
Something went wrong. The New York Times described a post-election conference call between Democratic leaders where they wept, cursed, and traded blame.
Well, look at 2016. They never fucking admitted why they got defeated. They started the Russiagate bullshit. They've never done, what do they call that? An autopsy, right? Or whatever. You shake things up, you get rid of fucking Pelosi and Schumer and the fucking idiots. Try to find people who aren't in it for the money,
Wait, I thought we won this one. Which we did. We did, and yes, ding dong, the whiny little bitch is dead. Celebration is in order. We took a big step towards saving democracy, and in the process lost 280 pounds of ugly fat. All right, that's my last fat joke for the next 5 minutes. But Democrats were supposed to flip the Senate and didn't. Supposed to flip state legislatures, not a one. And they lost seats in the House in a year that was so much.
Okay, I get what he's saying. All right, so I remember I was talking about in the beginning, there's something up about the House of seats and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know if that's what I was talking about, that there were 2 races that could still determine that, or it is as of now. They didn't flip it and they lost seats. Well, Democrats are fucking corrupt assholes too.
About making people aware of racism. Their share of minority votes went down. The message to Democrats from so much of the country seems to be, we don't like Trump, but we still can't bring ourselves to vote for you. If Cracker Jack was made of popcorn and dog shit, and half the people threw out the popcorn should want to know why.
I mean, sometimes I like them, but, I don't know.
Liberals can either write off half the country as irredeemable, or they can ask, what is it about a D next to a candidate's name that makes it so toxic? Let's ask Ruben Gallego. He's a congressman from Arizona. He was asked how his Democrats could do a better job connecting to Latinos. He said,
this is news coverage. Don't give me fucking copyrighted, fuckers.
Which the vast majority of Latinos have never heard of, and when they do, don't like it. Who likes it? Pandering white politicians who mistake Twitter for real people and don't get it that Latinx is like fetch. You can try to make it happen, but it's never gonna.
Yeah, I'm not so thrilled with this,
Virginia
but okay.
Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger said after the election, if we are classifying Tuesday as a success, we will get fucking torn apart in 2022. That's a congresswoman.
All right, see, that's good. Yeah, that's exactly true. You're all fucked. You better get people in there that show a clear indication that money is out of politics. Well, this train is going right off the rails.
She was urging members not to talk about defunding the police. James Clyburn agreed. Defund the police is killing our party, he said. Pennsylvania Democrat Connor Lamb says Democratic rhetoric needs to be dialed back. It needs to be rooted in...
I don't know if he's going to point it out, but that's bullshit, misleading sort of propaganda. The people who were saying that are the people who lost because they didn't back the things that the people who were saying defund the police would back. And they weren't using defund the police. It's because of the way the GOP was using it that you got fucked, idiot. Because every progressive person who was going for Medicare for all, climate change, that whole thing, only like one of them lost and everybody else won. So you corporate corrupt Democrats are blaming them because of defund the police when it's bullshit. So I find that to be... I'm not saying that Bill Maher is making that argument. I'm just saying.
Common sense. Thank you. Thank you. There, in my opinion, is the crux of the problem. Democrats too often don't come across as having common sense to a huge swath of Americans. And these are people who believe in QAnon. But as I've said before, politics in this country is binary. You have to wear everything anyone on your side does. Republicans are the party of don't wear masks, kids in cages, lock her up, and Democrats are the party of every hypersensitive social justice warrior, woke bullshit story in the news. They're the party that disappears people or tries to make them apologize for ridiculous things.
So
Anne
much
Hathaway
true, but
apologized last week because in her new movie she plays a witch, a fictional character that has 3 claw-like fingers, and that's offensive to people with limb differences. Hey. The week before, the NHL's Arizona Coyotes dropped a player after it came out in the press that when he was in 8th grade, he bullied a disabled kid. Yes, that's a bad thing to do. But are we really going after people for what they did in middle school now? Democrats already lost seats for going after what Brett Kavanaugh did in high school. Common sense.
Sort of agree.
Last year I read about how NBC held an emergency meeting to determine if Mario Lopez should be fired from his job at Access Hollywood. I thought, holy shit, did he sexually assault somebody? No, he went on a podcast, and when the host brought up the trend of liberal parents letting toddlers pick their gender identity, he said, my God, if you're 3 years old and you're saying you think you're a boy or a girl, I just think it's dangerous as a parent to make that determination.
I'm kind of cherry picking.
Groveling apology, followed by America saying, yeah, I think Mario's right. Maybe kids shouldn't make big life decisions while you still need to make choo-choo noises to get the food in their mouth.
That's a cherry picking. You're not really saying the real argument, so... But I get it in a way.
I can do this all day.
Yeah, you can cherry pick anything.
Stories big and small that are endlessly on people's news feeds that add up to a constant drip, drip, drip of these people are nuts. Everybody heard about that story out of San Francisco about a guy who got on a crowded elevator with a female professor, and when she asked what floor, he said, women's lingerie. You know, a little joke, for which he earned a formal complaint because it left her shaken. Shaken? Who are these jellyfish? Like the woman who almost
Be
derailed
careful.
Biden's campaign
It
because
just-
he kissed the back of her head before she went out
This
to
is
make
the
a
way
speech.
you
She said
script
her
something
brain
to
couldn't process
fit
what was
your
happening.
narrative, even if it's
Really?
entertainment.
Your brain
so.
couldn't process that, like string theory or wormholes? An old man was trying to show support in his old man way. She said she was embarrassed, shocked, confused. Well, then the outside world isn't for you. And
I don't know. This
and
is a little
certainly
weird. But
running the world isn't.
how fucking
I
long is
talked
this?
to a guy
Jesus.
in the Midwest
Good
once who
Lord.
told me this story about the day he went out to get his car in the supermarket parking lot, but couldn't back out because a mother and her very young daughter were standing behind his car, which was next to their car, which had a Hillary bumper sticker on it. And the little girl was screaming at her mother, who was profusely apologizing to the child. And he said to me, I just can't let people like that take over this country. That's what people vote on, not policy. Democrats kept saying in the campaign, you can't possibly think Trump is preferable to what we're selling. And many voters keep saying, yes, we can. In fact, our primary reason voting for him is to
somewhat
create
true.
a bulwark against you, because your side thinks silence is violence and looting is not. Because you're the party of chasing speakers off college campuses and making everyone walk on eggshells and replacing let's not see color with let's see it always and everywhere, formerly the position of the Ku Klux Klan. It would be so easy to win elections.
Again, you're just
if we would
framing
just
an
drop
argument.
this
But
shit.
like I said, I think it
Democrats
comes
need to
from
listen
framing.
to our new president-elect's old
You know,
boss.
what you know you're going to
This
come out and
idea
do.
of purity and you're never compromised and you're always politically woke and all that stuff, you should get over that quickly.
Quickly, like before they voted in Georgia.
No, I don't know. I don't agree with Obama's premises, but I'd have to look more into that. You know, it's why, because you're exposed as a shitty fucking corporate shill, maybe, but I do agree. I've talked about it here and there. This is so far left, so far right. But just because you're sitting there, you know, fucking comfy place in Hollywood, you know, you don't know what it's. I've seen enough of his stuff and I've dissected enough stuff. You know, for him, it's class. It's not anything else. He has no idea what it's like to be a garbage man going around supporting your family, you know, trying to keep your head above water. And after a certain amount of money and time, you don't pick up on the social cues, that thing. But his agenda is clear, you know, want to make jokes, and fine, I agree. If it makes people aware that Democrats are just as fucking crazy, fine, they are. A lot of stuff he talks about is cherry picked, but in a way it's correct. You know, what am I going to say? I mean, you could just go nuts and pick out every, you know, of a contest here. Yeah, okay, so some tribal shit loots more, complains more. I get it, and I do agree about the college campus stuff, but there's a little bit of myth about the cancel culture, and you know. But what are you gonna do? I think times have changed, people. I said it on my podcast. Like, I don't think without an electoral college, that part of the bullshit fucking voting system, I don't think Republicans would have a chance on winning. State by state, yeah, but there's just too many people who have changed. Now, that's not always for the better, because in a way he's right, you know. I don't agree with, you know, holding up certain conferences. What did I see? Someone says, you know, can make a point of order type bullshit, and I'd like to, you know, not use gender pronouns or whatever, certain ones, whatever. Fine, interrupted again. You know, it's too loud. Some of us have autism triggered. So yeah, I mean, I get it. There's a time and place for certain things. You know, you air your grievances later. Don't get me wrong, though. You know, you're watching a movie and the film gets all fucked up, the sound goes off, and you miss a chunk of it, yeah, you go up and say, look, I want my money back. Hopefully they're aware enough to say we apologize, da 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 da. But, we're talking far left, far right bullshit. He's just making a point of it because it's in a way true. Look, the Democrats are not fucking, winning everybody over. This was like a desperate move, in my opinion, for them to get Trump out. But, there's no, we're going to pass it. Like, I think this all would be different if Bernie was fucking president-elect, because there would be fucking change. As crazy it would be, as radical as it would be, it'd be change. And I think we could steer the course in the future, get back on track and correct things that our enthusiasm for this, I don't know, whatever the fuck you want to call it, socialism bullshit, propaganda. But when you look at the nuts and bolts of it, it seems practical, it works, and we could course correct it. And there would be no issue right now. None at all. Right? Green New Deals, new jobs. And there's only so much you can make the studies go away. You can, disinformation and all this stuff. You muddy the waters with the argument of, it's just humans who's doing the whatever, when we're just saying, well, look, here's the data. This is what we foresee happening, and this is what we think is going to be the result. I get it. But, got to be anti-science or anti-intellectual. We have a lot of shit to get through here in America. But I think it's more positive, although it's easy to just shit on things. I do agree with certain methods of attaining data that show, as bad as it is in certain parts, and overall quality of life improves. But it's weird, like some of the best schools are like in China, and they're fucking going backwards. It's just a weird time. I don't even know enough. Maybe I should get someone to talk about Brexit, because I have no fucking clue about that. I see people I trust their judgment somewhat to talk about it, but it's so all over the place. I don't know. It's not like I did a deep dive and go, okay, I like these 4 respected people, but these 2 are where I'm leaning towards. I just see so much nonsense, and well, to me it's nonsense. Maybe to not people who live there, like, politics are fucking nonsense. That thing about we were a joke. I could see that. Hey, look, that's who the fuck we are. Alright, so I'll wind up this live stream. It's been about an hour and 50 minutes. About 51 minutes. I came back towards the end with an excellent stream health. I'm sorry if I wasn't paying attention to chats and if anybody was saying anything or the viewers were on. I was just trying to get through this. Bad weather, had some time, turned on the mic. Then I thought, okay, I'll get a stream going with the game just to see how it draws on my internet. And I'll go back and I'll check that. What do we got coming up? We got, I guess, Thanksgiving. The holidays are right around the corner. And for the most part, not a great time. Not as good a time as it could be for me, but, we'll deal with shit happening. But you get older and more things happen around this time of the year. And I've had 2 incidents that kind of attempt to drag down these times. But I work through things. I have a good outlook. My mind's intact, sharp for now. Well, hope everybody has a happy holiday. If I don't stream again live and I go to more recorded stuff. But I think I'm going to try to do this again. Maybe not tomorrow night, but if something comes up or I get an idea, maybe I'll try it again, depending on the weather. But I'm sure I'll get to do this more often. I mean, that's the point of this, trying to get this Wi-Fi thing going. And I might just take steps eventually to progress, suck it up and get the whatever it is, $40 a month, cable, internet. So I hope everybody is doing well, having a great weekend. I hope everybody had a happy Veterans Day and much respect to them again. Fuck politics, but it's here. We have to deal with it. And be creative. Try to look into meditation, maybe some breathing exercises, especially in these times. I think we're going into, in certain areas, another lockdown, schools closing. And it's weird because people are like avoiding it, it seems, but we have records breaking of people getting the disease. And this isn't a political conspiracy shit. Like, so be careful, stay healthy, everybody. My best to you and yours. Take care.